Welcome to the RapidLog training videos. Today we're going to show you how to process logs through the regular RapidLog program. This process is also referred to as RapidLog LITE processing. So if you hear LITE anywhere, this is what we're talking about. So essentially, to process your logs through the regular RapidLog program, all you'll have to do is click on the logs page here. And if you don't scan in any images, all you'll have to do is go to the appropriate driver and date, and then click and drag across the digital grid for the time frames that you need to change that to. So if we had a driver driving from 4 a.m. to noon, we would just click and drag across that time period there, and the digital grid will drop down there for us. Now, if you just right-click on the grid here, that will actually just take that point forward in that duty status. So some people find it a little bit easier just to right-click on the duty status changes. Other people like to click and drag across those time frames to make those changes. And if you ever want to switch up your left and right mouse clicks, so essentially if we right click right now, it's going to take that duty status all the way forward, and if we left click, it's just going to drop it down for a 15-minute increment. So if we wanted to switch our mouse clicks around, we would just click on the edit button down here, which would change that to rapid mode, switching up the mouse entry there depending on your liking there. But essentially, once you finish up a particular day, just click on the next button, and then that will bring you to the next day. Another thing that you'll want to do is you also want to just type in your miles there. Some people like to do this beforehand. Some people like to do this after they enter the grid data. It's really just personal preference, and you can just do whatever you like there. So essentially that's about it for the LITE processing without images. But another feature of RapidLog LITE is it can also handle images. So if you do want to scan those logs in and save those, you can scan those in or use the batch builder program covered in some of the previous videos to get those into the system, and then you can process your batch from there. So to process your batch through RapidLog LITE with images, what you would do is you would acquire your images first, and then after you get the images into the system, you would click on this Process Next Batch button. Now again, we'll just need to switch to the appropriate driver and date, and the first thing I like to do is I like to enter in the mileage. So we'll just highlight the mileage here, and we'll just type in 449. And once that looks good, we'll just click on the Accept button here, and then we'll handle our grids. As you notice, the program tries to detect the grid and do a lot of the work for us inside here. So if everything looks good, we could just click the next button. Otherwise, if we did need to make changes, we could either click and drag on the image itself to make those changes, or we could click and drag on the digital grid above. It doesn't really matter either way there. But once you're finished with fixing this particular grid and need to move on to the next date, just click your next button up top, and that will move you to the next log image. From there, just follow the steps described below. So you'll just want to move to the appropriate date, fill in the miles here. After you get that squared away, just click on the Accept button, and again, just fix the grid data that it had issues reading if there was any. So through here, there was just a couple of fixes we need to do. Another nice thing about RapidLog LITE is you can actually give form and manner violations right from the logs page here. So if you do notice that they miss signing their log or something along those lines, you can always click on the form and manner violations on the left-hand side to assign that particular violation. Now, if you do come across an image that you don't want to process, maybe there wasn't enough information filled out or didn't have a date or something like that, you can always skip that image by clicking the Skip button right here, and just discard the image, and that will remove it from the system for you, and it'll bring the next image up. So just follow those steps to process your images. Once it's all done, it will just kind of close out of there for you, and you can then scan in some more logs if you needed to, or process the next batch in line. That about wraps it up for LITE processing in RapidLog. Thanks for joining us, and have a great day.